If anybody is unfamiliar with telling the difference between African nightcrawler cocoons and other worm cocoons, I'm doing this as a comparison. So you see the penny, don't need to describe that. Next to the penny are two African nightcrawler cocoons. These aren't right ready to hatch, but they're also not very old. And then to the right of that, the up and down one, that is a red wiggler cocoon. And the one that is horizontal to it is an Indian blue worm cocoon. Those are a little more ripe and ready to hatch. So the African nightcrawler cocoons sort of they remind me of a traffic cone. If I could show it close up, if I had a decent enough camera, they're not perfectly round or oval. They kind of have three flat sides, and they almost feel rough, like somebody took a little sandpaper to them. Be 500 grit sandpaper, but they have a rough texture. They remind me very much of an apple seed, but smaller, whereas the red wiggler and Indian blue worms, their cocoons are very round or equally round, whether they be oblong or perfectly round or grape-shaped or whatever, globe-shaped. There's no one side that's flat. But with the other cocoons, they don't roll because they do have a flat side. So I don't know. I hope this will help somebody out there identify if they're looking for African nightcrawler cocoons in their system, what to be looking for. And note, they always have a really pointy tip. And yes, you will feel it if you stab into one. I feel bad for their mother that had to produce that. And just to give you some facts, African nightcrawler, from the day the cocoon is laid until the day it should be hatched, is anywhere from 10 to 21 days. 21 days is the very long end of it. I usually see days 12 to 14 for, I would say, 80% of the hatchings. From the day they are hatched, it takes them 50 to 55 days to reach sexual maturity. So that's not even 2 months old. 7, 8, that's 56. So 8 weeks from hatching out of this thing to reproducing one of these things is all it takes. So if you add those up, if you have, let's say you have a cocoon nursery sitting around, if it is 75 days old, you would have worms capable of reproducing already. And I'll break that down. If you had cocoons and they hatched in 14 days, that's 14 days, and then 55 days later, those worms were old enough to reproduce, that's 79 days. So in 79 days, not only would your cocoons be hatched and visible, but they would be full-grown, adult, sexually mature worms. So anything over 21 days, the cocoon is likely not viable. They are one of the fastest growing, or at least fastest sexually maturing breeds of nightcrawlers. And well, I hope that helps you a little bit, just a little bit of information. So if you're looking for cocoons, or you're expecting hatchlings, or you're not sure how long you should wait, that's, those are the statistics, and it's been absolutely true to what I've experienced as well.